sound is one of those things that's a lot more vital than we realise it is. Travelling at these insane speeds, about 343 metres per second, in waves that, dependent on their length and duration, can be completely different. They are varying in so many ways. And what I want to talk about now specifically is sort of a more dangerous side of sound waves. Basically, we all know the urban myth that, oh, if a sound is so high frequency, it can make your brain explode, which, you know, we've all heard that sort of myth, and we kind of know that that isn't exactly true, but it's not entirely false either. There are frequencies beyond the grasp of the ear, so you can't hear them, but you can recognize them. Basically, the shake of them goes into your ear, and you don't hear it, but you're still able to feel it, basically. And they can get to a point where they're so high that they genuinely do have consequences. And because there's such a wide variety, even within high tier, there are high tier ones that can just cause mild irritation, mild irritability, they can make you itch, they can make you just feel uncomfortable, and you don't realise them. And they're these ones like this that just cause these very mild symptoms of, you know, uncomfortableness are present in everyday life, and you might not even know that you're being subjected to them. Basically, you can have these weird sensations of uncomfortability, and you might have something feel off and not be entirely sure about it, and the root cause of it may actually be something around you emitting a high frequency that is causing this. That's a genuine thing that does happen. Then they get higher, where they can cause physical pain, mainly to your ears and your eardrums. Think there are high enough frequencies observable. It's quite rare, but it does happen, where the frequency is so high that it does rupture the eardrum. The pressure of the vibrations can rupture the eardrum, but that is very rare because there are very few commonplace items in the world that emit such a high frequency. And then, above the damage, well, it's somewhere in between being painful and being damaged because you can still hear it. There's certain types of frequency that can induce genuine mental stress when the strain of it is so strong that it just encompasses the physical symptoms so much it causes mental ones. Basically, your brain flips out. Basically, you can go into people, there are documented cases, very, very few documented cases, but there are definitely documented cases of states of psychosis caused by high frequency noise. People hear these noises and just snap. And it sounds out there, but I know that this is, someone on my street has one of those Fox deterrent, whistle things that are really loud, they play it at night, and genuinely, when it is on, I can feel my mood change. Genuinely, I feel there is some recognisable mental shift there. It's not severe, and I'm thinking if it was a stronger, higher frequency, then maybe it could be encompassing of further symptoms. I'm sure, because I've had the mild version of it from that, something stronger could give something more powerful, more of a bigger impact. People have been documented at literally snapping, and people have a lower tolerance. Certain people will snap at these. There could be someone living on my street who hears the same thing as me, and even though it just makes me irritable, and, you know, if you thought I might snap at someone if they annoy me mildly, I would be able to cope, but when it's going on, I can't. But there could be someone living over there or over there who genuinely gets into a state of anger just because of the sound, and you can't hear it, but you know it's going on. It's really weird, and no one else in my house hears it. I don't really hear it so much as feel it. I can tell because of just the feelings of it here, and also at the same time that it goes off, so I just know when it goes off. And a really big, popular, though not confirmed, example of this psychosis state is people try to argue that perhaps the wind in the mountains at Dyatlov Pass, or Dyatlov, I don't know, it's Russian. If you don't know what Dyatlov Pass is, basically it's a really, really weird mystery that happened in, I think, the 40s or the 50s in Russia, and it's the one that makes no sense to me, and I've put so much effort into trying to understand but have no clue. Basically, there was 9 experienced hikers going on a hike, and They were supposed to be back after 16 days. On the 16th day, they weren't back. They were given 18 days, and then friends reported them missing. And then they found their bodies, all of their bodies, in really weird conditions, like insane conditions, missing eyes, missing tongues, teeth falling out, bruising everywhere, weird, like, sacramental scars on their backs. I should have given a gore warning there. Sorry. And also their tent, the only tent they had been cut open from the inside, and they had all run out of the tent, completely naked, in -30 weather, which experienced hikers don't do. And there's a hypothesis now that maybe because where Dyatlov Path is, where they were, is surrounded by 4 mountains, and the wind coming in at the peak of every mountain could have created, you know, like wind chimes that when they blow they make noise because they twinkle. They think maybe it was a giant one of that, where the wind was blowing in every angle and created this high frequency, causing this genuine snap of psychosis in all 9, or at least 4 of these, and they just had a massive brawl between them. They just lost it. And scientists do genuinely posit that perhaps that could be possible. But you don't know about the Dyatlov Path. Look it up. Really interesting, really weird. There's so many things in that throw it off, and you get so sure and then see one piece of evidence that makes you so unsure. It's really weird. But anyway, noise and sound and the waves at which sound travels are astounding, and they don't get enough recognition scientifically for how bloody wild they are, basically. Yet they can be so very dangerous without us realising, because we cannot hear them. We physically cannot hear them. If you experience, like, I've had this the Fox thing going off for years, and I've got used to the little feeling of my eardrum, so I know when that is. But you could, if it's your first time stepping into like a room that has something emitting this kind of noise, you would have no clue, and you would just be experiencing these symptoms of either irritation, pain, or just full-blown psychosis, and you would have no clue that it is these invisible, tiny, minuscule waves travelling at 343 meters per second, slamming into your eardrums, shaking it so much that your mind cannot handle it, and just driving you crazy. Isn't that fucking mental? Everything makes sound. Everything makes sound, okay? But certain sounds are insanely dangerous.